Welcome to the Country Minute Podcast. My name is James Shotwell, and it is so good to be with you again. Today's guest is Jackson Dean, and if you don't know that name, don't worry, it's never too late to discover your next favorite artist. But Jackson is one of the hottest young talents in country music right now, and I think he's going to be even bigger in the years to come. His song Big Blue Sky was one of my favorite tracks of 2024, and I would argue that he is one of the best live shows you will see anywhere in any format right now. But before we get to this conversation, I do have to set it up a bit. We recorded this in Nashville in the middle of February at this event called Country Radio Seminar, otherwise known as CRS. Now, this is an event that happens every year. All the labels come, they bring their stars, and they play their latest songs in hopes of getting country radio airplay. Now, obviously, we don't have a radio show, but we are big fans of country radio and big fans of country music, and they asked me to speak, so we were there. And Jackson wasn't doing a ton of press, but for whatever reason, he agreed to give us a few quick minutes. So this is a short one, only about 10 minutes, but we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about his new album, his upcoming headlining tour, which you can get tickets for right now, the song Still Ragin and how it came out a few months after his album, his involvement with Yellowstone, and so much more. I really think you're going to like this conversation, whether you're a fan or whether you're new to the name Jackson Dean, and hopefully he'll come back soon and we can talk even more. Before we get to the episode, though, I do want to ask you a few quick things. Number one, like and subscribe and tell a friend about this show. We're still building our audience in the podcasting world, and every little bit helps. So sharing this, liking it, making sure you follow us on social media, whatever you want to do, send us requests for who you want to have on the show. Every single bit counts. We would love to keep doing this. We want it to grow, but we need your help. Second, make sure you're always checking our socials for all the country music news and opinions and whatever else you can think of. We have a lot of promotions right now. We're giving away tickets to festivals. We're going to festivals. We're going to tours. I don't want you to miss any of that. And finally, do not miss Jackson Dean on tour. His upcoming headline tour is going to be one for the history books, and I don't want you to miss it. I don't have tickets to give you, but I bet if you act fast, you'll be able to get, maybe, it's already sold out in a couple of cities, but maybe you'll be able to get tickets. Regardless, you can definitely enjoy this episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my conversation with Jackson Dean. Taking a few quick minutes to talk with our pal Jackson Dean here at CRS. How's your day?
I'm doing great, man. It's plugging along.
You've been to a few of these now.
Yes, sir.
Do you like the gauntlet? Is this thing? The circus that's back here?
Mine's pretty chill. I've had it not be pretty chill, and I feel for the other artists that are just nonstop.
Chill?
Yeah, man. No, I prefer. Yeah.
You're about to embark on this big. You got a headlining tour because you're coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where we live.
Yes, sir.
In a month. How's that prep going for you?
It's great, man. It was really fun putting it all. Like, it was stressful bringing it all together, and we're just brand new set for the new record. Just a bunch of set stuff. It was a lot to bring together. This show has taken a step up since last year.
You have a huge catalog of music before even the label deals. So how do you find out a Jackson Dean set list now?
Oh my God, it's very difficult because it's been difficult for like the last 2-3 years.
Like, how long do we play? Is that what it comes down to?
Usually we try to keep it at like no more than 95 minutes. It's like
asking a lot.
Yeah, and that's like screaming the whole time, but at this point, like, we're like, okay, what will my voice hold up to, because I'm sweating out of my pores and whatnot. But yeah, it's like we have so many new songs that we want to play and so many songs that we do so well that people might not be as hot on, that we're like, God, this slaps though, But no, it's hard to pick them.
Let me ask, I wanted to ask you about live music still, so we're going to keep there. I asked you this last year and we didn't get it, so I have to ask you again. But
okay.
You have your Ryman live album, and you told me a dream of love or the other live albums. Do you know what I'm talking about here? Your master plan.
Yes, sir.
Ever since I hadn't heard the new albums at that point, and now I'm like, I need you to do this next one. So, like, what do you think? And tell people, like, your dream for the next 2 live albums, where you want to do them.
So there will be only 4. In my opinion, in the way I see it now, there will only be 4 live records, which I love when people do that because it's like that's what it felt like in the flesh,
So
like.
we have the Ryman.
Yeah, so we got the Ryman. Our first time to Europe, we played Royal Albert Hall and got 2 standing ovations, and that's a historical place. Like, literally, they stood up after Wings, and then they stood up again after DCL, and it was just mind-blowing. I want one from there, Red Rocks, and then the venue that me and my dad built at our place. It's like a 300 cap room, little PA, but it was our old shop. So with those 4 places and live records from them, it's gonna be wild, man.
Now, when
Like,
do we do them? You know,
dude, it's
in between every album would be fun.
yeah. I wish, man. No, man. We've also contemplated of like taking the best of the best of like we might do it for Europe and just like pull the best of every night.
Where was like the best of
What was it? 61 Days of Church? Yeah, that stuff was awesome. I love that stuff.
I'm still getting through it probably. Songs, but I love it.
Yeah, man. But I love the live music, and thank you for loving the live.
Dude, I want to know about Still Ragin.
Yeah.
So when you picked the songs that made the record, was that already cut or was that after?
It was, and it was written out on the bus, and we cut it, and it just wasn't shaken out like to fit with the other songs. Yeah, so it was like, okay, we still have it. It's not going anywhere. Well, it finally made its way onto a file that was sent to the Yellowstone folks, and they were like, well, we want to use it. And I was like, well, it's not really out. So, yeah. But they were like, well, it's kind of already being used.
We claimed it.
Yeah, so so you just do it, and then literally a week later they're like, we want duct tape. So they took another song off of my record, and it was all great. But now literally we opened with Still Ragin'.
I mean, I was gonna say you would have had to put it at the front of the record.
Yeah,
put it on the record.
Yeah, I mean, Big Blue's a hell of an opener.
It is.
But like Still Ragin' really does set the tone.
And we were driving in the car when it came out, and I was like, I can't believe we already dropped the song. I put it up. We were like turning up the stereo. I was like, what is this? Where did this come from? You didn't mention having this.
Oh man, there's a couple that didn't make it, but like you just save those for future records, you know. And sometimes you get in there and they just don't flush out like they need to, you know. And yeah. Anyway,
how are you? So feeling about this tour, you're talking about the set list. You've got it nailed down now. You know what we're doing. You know where you're going.
I think we only got like 1 or 2 audibles now that are like, okay, if we get to this point, we need to do this. But yeah, man, it's been really great. We've run it a couple times, and whole new intro, whole new thing happening. It's a whole new level.
I feel like the train is really going for you right now. Like from last year when I saw you in July to now, it feels like it's just been steadily moving forward. Like things have been going really well. How do you?
Aside from the seasonal feelings that we all get,
I thought
it's been.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, it's been wild, man. It's been a lot on your shoulders, but like that's what you sign up for, you know. Like that's the thing. That is the price you pay for being the man.
I feel like you moved into this area where anytime I see you talk to somebody about your songs, it's gone from like that's a really catchy song to like let me tell you how that relates to like the most tragic day of my life or the happiest day of my life.
Yeah, man.
Like you're a soundtrack to people.
They're designed for the listener to be able to put themselves in the shoes of who's singing, which is mine. But it's so you can see your own story in it. You know what I mean? Betsy's like the number one of that. Like I get so many people on this continent, in Australia, Europe.
I predicted that the first time I heard it, but it's kind of what I think it's better when that happens because like I know the people that are gonna like a Jackson Dean song and then like that takes off and you're like, oh, all of these people?
Yeah. It's great because you're just like it's speaking to people and it's like this is
you're like, I don't
working.
know how, but
Yeah, man, and it's just amazing. Yeah.
I love that for you so much, man. When I saw you last, you couldn't even tell me about the record, and now I've heard it, and I was like, no wonder you was like, you're gonna like this one, man. It's great sitting on those secrets.
It is, man, but it's tough living ahead of your own curve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and I don't say ahead of the curve because you know everybody's running their own race, but like ahead of your own curve is like so hard because by the time this comes out, you're on to other things like planning for future, and it's just like you're constantly being torn between like, yeah, I'm ahead of it, but it's back here, and I want to go over here, you know, and bring all this with it. But it's hard balancing that, but just what you got to do, you know.
Well, I mean, we're talking about the headliner, but I know mentally you're like, I'm at late summer right now, figuring out that fall tour.
Yeah,
everyone
man.
This morning's been like, I'm figuring out that fall tour right now.
Yeah, dude. We got some dates. I can't tell you where, but
Would you say that you're playing at the end of the night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We got a lot of headline stuff this year, but we got some places that I can't pronounce.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see you in a month, and I'm excited. Is there any deep cuts you're breaking out on this tour that we haven't heard? Nina?
Not so much of the old stuff. All the usual suspects off of Greenbroke. 71's still in there because 71 is so weird. It's at the front of the set now, which is usually by the time we hit 71, we're like, okay, well, we're done, you know?
People are having a good time.
Yeah. It's, I'm telling you, we moved a lot of things around, and it's like, whoa. Yeah, there's going to be some surprises. Look out for Train. It's downright epic is what it is. It just is. It's we've done it a couple times now, and everybody's just like, oh my God, we need to get a recording of that. Yeah.
Live record number 2, folks.
Yeah, baby.
It's coming. All right, Jackson Dean, I'll see you in a month. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for my book, and thank you for the time and for the sticker. And
Dream of this. Thank you.